Chris was like, I mean, anyone that knew him, like when he walked in the room, like you just felt his presence, like, and the vibe of the room just totally changed to like this, like super positive, just happy. I mean, the best thing about the guy was, you know, I've known him since the 2nd grade. We played on all the same basketball teams, and even in times like after high school, if we didn't see each other for a little while, and then we did see each other, it didn't matter if it had been 1 week or 6 months, you know, it was like just a big hug and a smile, and you just, boom, picked up right where you left off. That was the kind of guy he was. He was just always there for you, no matter what. I truly believe that, you know, the best way that we can honor his life is to, you know, share this message and really try to, you know, take heroin and any other hard drugs really on like full force and really try to get them out of our community. It's taken people's lives, and it's not just happening where you hear about it on the news anymore. It's hitting right here in our home with the people that we've known and loved for many years. So, you know, I think that's the best way that we can honor his life and remember him for all the good and fun-loving, positive person that he was. My name is Greg Harmon, and I'm a heroin addict, recovering heroin addict. Born and raised in Vernon Hills, normal family, you know, loving parents, middle class, you know, area, loved sports, played baseball, basketball, soccer, football. That fall, all of my friends went off to school except for me and a couple other people, and we were hanging out, and right around that time is when I was introduced to heroin. We were told it was Oxycontin, but at the same time, I mean, you know, we all had minds of our own. But I tried it for the first time, and I hated it. I got sick. It was awful. But the other people that were with me, they liked it. I saw everyone enjoying themselves and liking it so much. I'm like, well, you know, okay, what is it about this thing? I tried it again, and lo and behold, I loved it. And pretty much very quickly after that, I was off to the races. I mean, it started out, you know, it wasn't very often, but after maybe 3 months of doing it, I mean, it became everyday use very, very quickly. I mean, we were going into bad areas to pick it up, and that was part of it. That was like the rush. That was cool. And it was such a cheap drug that it just seemed like it wasn't a big deal. It just got to a point where it took over my life. It was all that I cared about. It was all that I wanted to worry about. It was all that I did worry about. There was nothing else in my life that mattered. I wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't do anything if I didn't have a bag of dope to snort before I could start my day. I went to jail in August because of dope. I mean, I'd walk into a courtroom knowing that they're going to drug test me, and that if I fail, I'm going to go to jail. And I just figured, well, I guess I'm going to go to jail then, because there's no way in hell I'm not going to do it for the next 2 days. Like, it didn't even register to me. It wasn't even like I consciously thought about it. I just knew that I was going to keep doing it and hope that they didn't drug test me. If they did, I was going to fail. So I went to jail for a month, and I got out, and I stayed clean for a little while, but I didn't really want it. And I had came across some money that I was supposed to use to invest in kind of starting my career, and I totally conned my family into giving me the money, and within 3 weeks I spent $5,500. I lost my job, I lost the opportunity I had for that investment, car, support of my family, my girlfriend that I loved and said I would do anything for, when all I did was, you know, I would manipulate and lie to her and my family and everyone else, all the people that I loved and cared about. I stopped. I just loved heroin. It stopped being fun. It just stopped being fun. It became a job. It became number one. I let everything go. I would be outside smoking cigarettes like 2, 3 in the morning, and like hear something rustle in the bushes and think that there was like somebody out there like after me. I would hear people talking about me outside in dead silence. I was just literally going insane. You know, there were nights where I would take my pulse and it would just felt so weak that I would make myself stand up all night because I was afraid of falling asleep. And I mean, I could barely even keep my eyes open, just nodding off. I knew that I was going to die from this. I just broke down, and I was like, I don't want this for myself anymore. Like, I know I have more potential than this. I know I'm better than this. And I called my dad, and thankfully I'm fortunate enough, we're fortunate enough to have the resources that they got me into rehab that day, and I turned my life around. And it's, you know, I mean, I've only been 3 months clean, but like how much progress I've made in that time is like unbelievable. No matter how bad things get for me, I know that if I do dope, it'll only get worse. It'll only get worse from there. I look at it, I'm living on borrowed time right now. You know, I feel like I shouldn't, you know, I shouldn't be here. And the fact that I am, I believe that there's a reason for that, and that, you know, I have to do something with my life, and I'm just so grateful that I got the opportunity to